Hey guys, Ponce here to talk to you guys about Riot's new champion reveal for Pyke the Blood Harbor Ripper. So this was the character that was teased at, I believe, last Thursday. Now we got a bit more concrete information on him as we have a reveal of all his kit and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, just to be clear, like I usually like to be, this character is not currently on the PBE. We just have this preview. That'll most likely happen tomorrow, so that's Tuesday, because the live patch happens on Thursday, so PB gets updated typically one day before that. But in any case, let's go over his kit and whatnot here. Allegedly, he's supposed to be a support, so kind of like a kill assassin support sort of thing, from what we're reading here. But anyway, let's go over the kit so we can kind of assess that a bit better here. First off, his passive, Gift of the Drowned Ones. When Pyke is unseen by enemies, he rapidly regenerates some of the health recently lost to enemy champions. Pyke also converts his bonus health into bonus attack damage instead. So let's just take a look at that here. So it's not all the damage taken, and it's on his passive, but in any case, it looks very similar to Tam Kench's thing, kind of. I'm not sure what this means here. Like, it's kind of ambiguous based on the way they've worded it. I'm not sure you get both attack or health, or you have to somehow toggle between the two. It's not worth reading into too much, simply because a lot of this this sort of explanation early on in the reels, they tend to not always be totally accurate. Sometimes they change between now and the PBE sort of thing. So, in any case, we'll find out what this is exactly later. Next, let's go to his Q, the Bone Skewer. This is he's got two versions of this ability. You can press it once and just tap it. Pyke stabs and greatly slows all enemies in front of him. And then he's got the hold kind of charge version. Pyke readies and throws his harpoon, impaling the first enemy struck and pulling them a fixed distance towards him. So that's the hook version, kind of like, we'll talk about that. Well, let's just watch the stab version is the other version. So that's the stab version there. It's just kind of like a quick nuke, slow sort of thing if you want to do that. And the charge version is kind of like, I guess, a thresh hook in the sense that you can charge it. Yeah, I guess probably the closest ability would be a thresh hook, although it slightly resembles maybe a Nautilus sort of thing a bit as well, or even a Blitz if you want to, throw that in there. If you read later on in kind of like their description of stuff, it says that actually it puts them a set distance from you. So if you actually do it up close to a person, it'll push them back as well, if I'm reading that correctly. So that could be kind of neat. Looks like there's multiple uses for this one ability. All right, next let's go to W, Ghostwater Dive. Pyke dives into spectral waters, entering camouflage and gaining a significant increase to his movement speed that decays over a few seconds. Camouflage hides Pyke from view while enemies remain outside his immediate area. Attacking or casting spells immediately ends camouflage. Alright, so there you have it. Yeah, he gets camo. I'm not 100%, it might mention this later on, but I'm not sure if you can only do this in the river. I get the impression that is the case, but it looks like it'll pair well with his passive. You just kind of get low. If you want to head into the river, you stealth up, and you can heal, in the midst of combat and all that, so long as you have the right amount of distance. It's also a good roaming tool. Anyway, we'll see how that works out. Next, we have his E, the Phantom Undertow. Pyke dashes, leaving behind a drowned phantom. After a delay, the phantom returns to Pyke, damaging and stunning enemies it passes through. So let's take a look at that here. Kind of a dash, and they're showing up, I guess, a fancy flash version of it, as the thing will keep following you. So kind of has sort of an Echo vibes going to it here. It's sort of like a whole bunch of Echoes kit thrown into one E. Sort of a combination between Echoes. What is it? That shield thing he throws down. That's his E, isn't it? I can't remember. It's E or W. But yeah, in combination with Echo's Q, with kind of a little bit of his ult almost mixed in with that thing that trails behind you. So, anyway. Finally, his ult, Death from Below. Pyke strikes an X-shaped area, blinking to champions and executing those below a certain flat amount of health. Enemies in the X that are not executed take damage equal to this amount. When a champion dies in the X, the last ally to assist also gains full kill gold, and Pyke can instantly use Death from Below again for a short period of time. So we'll see just quickly what happens here. die, reset, cast again, cast again. So this kind of, and so no one dies here, so there's no reset, and there was no execution because it wasn't a flat, below flat amount kind of thing. So yeah, kind of a Darius-like ult a little bit, with maybe shades of Katarina thrown in with sort of an execute mechanic or a reset mechanic and all that kind of stuff. Looks like, in absolute ideal situations, it would be phenomenal in terms of damage, because I think the X, each time you cast it, going to keep doing damage to everyone it hits. So, again, they're showing a pretty ideal scenario here where the first guy's killed, they take flat damage, so they're lowered into that execution threshold, and he can cast again because he killed, so he's going to warp to the next one. That's the reset. He gets another one, and another one like that. And presumably each time you do that, people would take more damage in that X, anyone who's still alive kind of thing. So, yeah, fairly powerful. Again, if they intend this character to be a support, which is what I read somewhere, being, I don't know, that's kind of interesting, an assassin assist. Maybe some kind of roaming kill thing is the idea they're going for. Let's take a quick look at kind of some of the other videos here. Okay, I suppose the main... Oh, well, there's more. Why is he picking on Jarvan so much? Anyway, okay, I guess the one takeaway thing is, because what I was talking about here with the W, it looks like you do not have to be in water. I felt like you probably didn't have to. I just want to confirm it. Looking at this here, yeah. You definitely don't have to be in water, because he starts this in water there, goes out of it, and he kind of keeps going. But in this version here, he just starts it up straight out, out of lane, so he gets to stealth anywhere he wants. Next, we got some team fighting stuff going on here. There we go again with the W. He leaps in, gets everyone stunned. Rammus dies. CC some people up. There you have it. So yeah, general impressions of this character. It seems like sort of a weird mix of Echo and Thresh, and maybe a bit of Katarina, and like a little bit of who was that other guy? Thresh, Echo, Katarina, and Darius on the ult a bit. So I don't know if this does intend to be support. We'll see how that all works out. I mean, it makes me wonder what prevents people from taking him elsewhere. There's probably something inherent to the kit or the stats that makes him more attractive to the sport, I would imagine, so long as Riot's done this job right here. This actually looks kind of interesting. One of my large complaints for support, and again, this involves a lot more. I don't want to get too much into this because it involves the whole system and how of League of Legends and how supports interact with it. And that was my major issue. Why I felt supports were just kind of like, they were just kind of like almost tacked onto the game, and it feel like, I don't know. I don't know, because let's not talk about this. Supports have issues. I'm wondering if this character might be some sort of workaround to, or it might feel like you have a really major, impactful role in the game compared to the other roles. Not saying supports don't have impact, obviously they do, but they're not exactly the I'm going to solo carry the game type thing. This guy probably won't be either if I had to guess, but I don't know. Having kill potential is always cool. I wonder how, if he is support, how he's going to work with the lesser gold total, if he's supposed to be an assassin-y type thing. Certainly putting an assassin finally in the support role seems to be a logical step forward from what Riot was doing with a lot of their assassins, or newer style assassins. It's what I the last while I've been referring to as the new fair style assassin, where there's windows for counterplay and all that. With the reworks and the new champions and stuff. This character, again, if you're like an assassin support, it probably means you're not going to go in and blow up, people immediately on your own. It's kind of like the assassin that works with the team. So we'll see how that pans out. Makes me wonder how he's going to work in jungle and all that stuff, since he seems to have good roam potential and just kind of good lockup potential. Oh, here's the other character that he oddly kind of slightly reminds me of. Not, you might not get why I think this. I'll try and explain, but a little bit like Rakan, except maybe like a more killy Rakan, if that makes sense. But yeah, well, we'll see how this pans out. Like I said, this champion actually looks like it might be kind of neat. I'm looking forward to trying it out, even though it is a support, and I don't tend to play that role that much. At least not in solo queue. I do actually like the mechanics of playing support. I just don't know like how it's implemented, or the role is implemented in this game, and how it interacts with League. But yeah, the role itself, I do like support. So this could be interesting to try out. Look forward to playing it most likely tomorrow. So hopefully I can see you guys on the channel then. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I will see you guys around. Goodbye.